And I do look different. I got a haircut. I chopped all of it off. It's really, really short, but I didn't want to fix it this morning, so it looks like this now. I just put a hat on. But I was talking with a subscriber the other day, some point in time, about maybe doing a little bit of a behind the scenes video to show y'all kind of how it's going over here. I don't know that you know this, but the glow forge right here, the big giant fancy laser machine, it's not at my house, it's at my aunt's house. We live 2 doors down, or there's 2 houses between us, so 3 doors down, I guess. And I do all of that here. It's just an easier setup. You have to vent the glow forge out a window. I don't know if you can see it, but you have to vent it through the window, so it makes it a little easier to set up here. And there's also a big stand for us with all these shelves. And so I'm just going to give you a little bit of a behind the scenes. I'm going to flip you around and kind of show you how things go from here and how things get made, and just kind of the process to understand like everything that goes into like one tiny piece. So I'm going to flip you around and then show you everything that's going on. Here, first I'm going to show you a look at my computer to see what this looks like. Maybe I'm not. I should have done this ahead of time. Okay, we'll show you that part in a minute. So the first things first, I come and I get my wood, and this wood, we bought a lot of wood trying to figure out what was the best pieces, like what was the quality wise was the best. And this is some that we finally decided on. We have a bunch of extra that we save just in case, but here's like our stock of wood right now. There's 5 pieces of wood in each of those bags, and there's some more down there. Sorry, I'm making you sick moving so much. So first things first, we go through our wood and we decide which side is better. And this side looks like it might be better, but the texture sometimes isn't right. So this is probably going to be our front side. But then we go through and decide all of these little flaws in the wood. Sometimes there are flaws that aren't because of the wood. They're like man-made. I can't. Like a lot of times, the way these boards are cut, it are with a laser themselves. You can see the lasered edge, and it makes it better for us because there's less sawdust, so it makes it easier in the future. It makes everything just run smoother, less burning and stuff. You can see where it's like got a scorch mark right there. Sometimes they're like bigger and they go part way in. So stuff like that we have to mark and make sure so that when you're cutting, stuff like that doesn't get in the middle of your piece. These little knots are just part of the wood, but any knots like that, when they go through the machine, they take heat differently. So when the laser goes over it, it actually makes it burn differently than the rest of the wood. So we always mark little knots like that. And then we have these giant rolls of paper tape. This is like about halfway, a little over halfway used. And we tape both sides, and you have to make sure all the sawdust is off. You have to clean it really well. Make sure it's pressed on really good, and like burnish it down like you would, what's it called? Like wallpaper. So, after that all happens, we go over here, and this is the glow forge. Here, I'll zoom out a little bit. You can see it looks like a giant printer, basically, is what it looks like. It's just set up like that. And I'm going to open it. It's going to make noises. So you open it, and this is our crumb tray. It's like a disaster. We just cleaned this, and it's still kind of dirty looking, but we just like major cleaned it the other day because we were having issues. And you can see where I've marked different spots. This one has like a big gray mark down the middle, and I don't know if it's the wood or if it's something that happened during manufacturing. But once we start printing, we have to move the pieces around so that you don't overlap any of these pieces. And you can see there's a little camera there, so that helps us decide where everything goes. And then once it gets running, it is fairly loud. I'll show you in a minute. But after it gets cut and everything, the pieces, when they come out, they look like this. So it looks, they look like they're burnt, but they're not. That's the tape. And once the tape gets peeled off, I'll do one of the back sides because it's easier to get off than those tiny pieces. See, you have some perfectly clean little wood pieces right there that are cut. So, and every single one of these pieces has to be hand peeled off. So that does play into it. I know a lot of people are probably curious on pricing of how things get priced over here. And honestly, 99% of the pricing we do add in for supplies, of course, just like you would have to with any product. But 99% of the pricing on these guys is the time it takes in the machine and to peel the paper off. One thing that is a problem is sometimes when it's not, the tape's not on there properly, you get this. And this isn't, it looks burnt. Technically it's not burnt. It's the smoke that comes off of, like while the wood is burning, it's the smoke that comes off of it, and that's what discolors it. But at the same time, it still does not look good. Even if it's smoke or not, it doesn't look good. Sorry, this is harder to do one-handed. A lot of times if it's on the back side, we'll leave it and that's fine because it will get covered up. But if it's on the front side, that means we have to completely reprint these pieces. And then go from there. Like this one will be fine because the front side's actually really nice. The back side doesn't look great, but that will go down, so it's not a huge deal. I still don't like it, but you know, it is what it is. And then we go through and do that, and then we go through and do the packaging. So here's all our little packaging pieces, and then the larger ones. And then we have our little thank you pieces. We have it all set up just to kind of run as smoothly and quickly as possible. You can see everything's kind of a disaster. Y'all know how I work. I work like a disaster anyways. So here's all our stickers and everything. And then all the epoxy pieces and all the buttons. I have another big bag of buttons down there somewhere and another one at home. And then this is how we run business, right, for the most part. We've got these awesome bins that we found online, and they're like the teacher bins is what they are. They're like teacher cubbies, but they're the perfect size and they just line up perfectly. And we go through and we put an order in each bin. Then we go off and check off each item as it's made, and then like with a tick mark, and then at the end, once the item is in there, is packaged and in there, we'll mark it off completely. After it gets done, like, okay, these are open orders. Once everything is done on that order, we'll pull the sticky note off so we know that that order's ready to get packaged and mailed off. And you can see all sorts of mailing supplies down there. And then it goes from there. We have a scale right there. Those are all our flare machines, which I am getting kind of frustrated with, so we put those on hold for a little bit. I was having trouble with some of them, but it was the button parts, so I got to figure out how to deal with that, and I just didn't want to deal with that right now. So we have our little shipping, what's it called, scale. And then here, sorry, I don't want you to see my pin from my computer. Okay, so here, let's take that down. Okay, so once you come in here, we have our own thing for Glowforge. And so this is what our dashboard looks like. And it's just a jumbled up mess, basically, is what it is. This is like one of the most time consuming parts of this whole thing. It's like the most wasteful time consuming is what I'm saying. Obviously cutting and peeling and all that takes longer, but this one is wasteful time because you have to go through and find the correct file out of all of this and pull it up. Some of them are different because we've had to pull a piece of it to do either a custom for somebody or do a reprint, like if something's messed up. So you can see over here is where our masks are. This one is the mask sprinkles, and we can just move it around until you get a spot on the wood that's great, and then we print it. The problem is with this is this piece of wood is not very big. There are 8 by 11. I think 8 by 11. 8 by 12. And then you're also moving around trying to avoid these marks, obviously. And with the program, how it is, you don't have a lot of room for error. Like, you can't bump things up really close to each other unless they're already on the same file. If you bump them up, like if I already had this cut out and then put this next to it, say like this, I have to leave a good 1/4 to 1/2 inch between that to make sure that it doesn't overlap when cutting, because the camera is awesome, but it's not that great. So, that kind of puts a little bit of a mess in some things. So, yeah, I just thought y'all would like a little look-see at how things are going. It's going well. We're getting a good amount of orders. We've got three open down here, but I know I have 2 more that I've got to print the orders to even start their little cubby. And then we'll be caught up from all of the Black Friday weekend stuff. Like, we'll be completely caught up till now. But that is where we're at. We are set. We've been making a good amount of money, but we haven't been pocketing any of that money because everything's been just going into... Here, I'll turn you around. Hold on. Okay, back face to face. We haven't been pocketing any of the money so far because everything has been going back into supplies, and like our machine is on a loan, so it financed. That's what I'm trying to say, financed. So we are paying that back on top of supplies and all of this, and purchasing equipment. Like, we purchased our little shipping printer, which has saved my life, and stuff like that. So we are just now starting to be able to like actually say we're making money, but it's still not really. Out of all the money we made so far, the account for Etsy has like $300 in it, so right now, and that's being saved to order new supplies because I've got to order some more tape, and we've got to order some tack cloth and something else. I can't remember what it was. But hopefully my goal is within the next few months to be able to start taking out enough money to bank our car payments and to pay my help, like all the people that are helping me, like with peeling wood and cutting and all of that. So that's where we're at right now. We're just chugging along, trying to keep it going. I haven't been doing a lot of videos lately. I know you know that, process videos, but that should hopefully be changing soon. We're kind of getting into a better workflow, and it's becoming a little more dependable on timing. For the most part, the first 2 months was just kind of a roller coaster. We never knew what orders we were going to get. We weren't really expecting a lot, and then a lot would come in, and then it would die down, and then we'd have a lot all of a sudden again. So that was kind of throwing a wrench in things. That's why our wait times are still out like 2 to 3 weeks, just in case anything crazy happens again. I think right now for the most part, we're set on about a week of wait time between the time you order and the time we are able to ship it out. So just thought you would like a good little quick-see, a little chit-chat about how things are going, and just a behind-the-scenes kind of view of everything. With Christmas coming up, everything's getting a little crazy, and Phil and I decided that we're going to move the living room, the craft room back, switch them back. It's just getting overwhelming for me to be in the rest of the house, and it's always a disaster. So we're going to switch it back to normal so we can have some normalcy down there. And I obviously thought a lot more room would make me more organized, and that is not true whatsoever. So we're going to go ahead and switch back and try to work that out. So right now, Phil started bringing stuff out. So he's got his computer and all his work set up out there with me right now. And so we're working, like I'm crafting and he's gaming all at the same time. So it's kind of a disaster right now. But we are working there. We're going to go ahead and try to pull up the carpet from that spare bedroom where the craft room will go back into, so that, because I've liked having the concrete floor, it's been nice with using the rolling wheels of the chair and the rascod carts and all that, so that's been nice. So we're going to work on that, but that means we have to have everything from the living room and craft room in the one room for a bit, which is going to be a lot. So we're kind of trying to make a mental plan for that and just get it all done. And then Christmas, and we've got some of our decorations up. We do not have our tree up, and I really want to put lights up outside this year because India is really requesting it. So that is it for today. If you have any questions or anything, please feel free to leave me a comment. You can also email me at shadnyscraps@yahoo.com. Or you can message me on Etsy. If you get on Etsy, you can do a private message through there, and especially if you have any questions or anything about orders. Of course, I'm open to custom orders. They do take a little bit longer. I've got a couple right now that I've got to work on that I honestly kind of forgot about one of them. So gonna go work on that and try to get these orders out. I'm working on Ellen Stilson, your order is up next. I'm working on your yearbox right now, and that it just takes a while because it's a giant box full of goodies. So we're working box little piece by piece. No, that's not what I'm saying. Each little container. I don't know how I'm saying it. Each space we're printing one at a time and cutting and peeling and all of that fun stuff. So yeah, email me, leave me a comment, message me on Etsy if you have any questions, any comments, any concerns, or just want to chat, anything like that. I have at least one more video coming up this week, process video, Saturday, I think. I already have it ready to go, just need to upload it, and then if I have time, I will do another one in between then, but we'll see. For now, look forward to Saturday. Thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, and we do still have a good amount of the 12 Days of Christmas boxes in the shop. Those are 50 or 55. I can't remember the pricing, how it worked out. And what was the point of that? I was going to tell you. Oh, because the 12 Days of Christmas starts Saturday. If you're following, like, leading up to Christmas, that will start Saturday, the 12th day. So, probably on Instagram, I'll show you a little look-see of what's going to be in those each day, like a little unboxing. Because they're teeny tiny boxes, so a little tiny box unboxing. And, yeah, so keep an eye out for that. We are really, really close on getting 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube. So once that happens, I've been collecting, and I've mentioned it on Instagram before, but I've been collecting a lot of Christmas supplies to give away, and every time I've been kind of on a really bad shopping kick lately. I haven't ordered anything since last week, so we're gonna try not to do that anymore. But every time I'd order something, I'd order a couple things to put in the giveaway. So it is a fairly good size little haul of Christmas goodies and from a large variety of shops. Everything from Hey Santa from Crate Paper to Heidi Swap Color Shine to Nuvo to um, Freckled Fawn. I think there's some Pretty Little Studio in there. There's all sorts. And my lovely friend over at Kelly Stamps, Kelly, she has offered to give away a stamp set, and it's her new Christmas stamp set. I do use it in Saturday's video. Since I've already made that, I know I use it on Saturday's video, and you can see it there, and it's fun because it's kind of snarky too. So it goes along with the theme of, you know, the shop and everything. So keep an eye out for that. Hopefully in the next couple weeks. I think we're 15 away from 1,000, which is kind of crazy. I mean, I can't believe it. It blows my mind. So thank you guys for everything. Thank you for following and liking and commenting everything. It's amazing. Even if you don't shop from me, like, just being here watching and supporting mentally is amazing. So thank you guys. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna stop wasting your time now. Thank you. Have a wonderful day and happy scrapping.